Welcome back to Glow Up or Get Out, Season 2. We're back at it. Hopefully you're noticing an upgrade in quality.
Yeah.
That's our hope.
We got little personal mics this time.
On display, if you're watching.
It's on my boob. But yeah, let's get into it. This episode, we're going to be talking about finding your purpose.
We're trying to give you some basic guidelines to
Figure
get
out-
closer,
Yeah,
at least.
Get a little bit closer, for sure.
We want to give you 4 quick tips on exactly how you can find your purpose, things you can do right this second. And the 5th thing that we're going to talk about is the ikigai. I think I'm saying it right. Which is basically a little Venn diagram moment that helps you kind of take those 4 tips and put them on paper, and you can look at them and understand. This is a process we first were introduced to from our mentor, Marcus.
Yeah.
We had him sophomore year of college in a marketing class, and he encouraged everyone to do, I think it was an assignment.
Yeah.
Basically figuring out what your purpose would be.
The first step is literally breaking down whether or not you know yourself well enough to figure out what you should be doing with your life or what your purpose in life would be.
Mm-hmm.
But these are some of the ways that we can
Different things to assess.
Yeah.
Different things to assess
Good way to put that.
about yourself to figure out what maybe you're interested in.
Right.
So your values and your fears.
Right. Who or what do you admire? And kind of like get into why you admire them.
Yeah. Like, what is it about their lives?
Yeah. Also, what motivates you on a day-to-day? Like, if there's something specific that you're really into and it, like, actually makes you want to live another day and makes you want to wake up in the morning, you know.
Look into that.
Look into that.
Look
maybe.
into that. What can you do more or less of? So
Yeah.
kind of going off of that.
Kind of going off of that as well. Then there's, like, the Myers-Briggs test. There's also a lot of other personality tests that you can take that really give you a little more intuition into what you're into or what you kind of vibe more with, you know.
Yeah.
On a
Do you
general
like
aspect.
people who are type A, or do you get along with people that are type B? Are you type B?
And we say that just because, for example, let's say it's type A is like very cut, like
Type A is cut and dry, like, I think rules.
they like rules
Logic,
and structure.
yeah.
Okay. So like, let's say you are a type A person, but you get yourself into a very creative space and maybe it's like too free flowing for you and you like a little bit more order and a little more structure to your day. You're not going to probably enjoy yourself in a place that's too free form.
Yeah. You won't thrive as an entrepreneur,
Right.
as an artist by yourself or something.
There's just so many like little small things that can really tell whether or not you fit into a place, you know, and
Well, that's why employers ask you to take tests like that.
yeah, truly. There's also a very specific test that tells you like how you are in a work environment.
All right, so we'll have test link below then.
Yeah.
Next thing would be talk to people. So I think one example of talking to people would be, you know, you're passionate about a lot of different things in your life, and maybe it's hard to say, like, oh, that's the one that I think it's like I'm the most passionate about, I care the most about, because you care about everything you're passionate about. So asking people around you, like, what do you think is, like, my biggest passion? Like, what do you think out of everything that I do or enjoy, like, what do you think gives me the most joy, or whatever it is?
I feel like I can really relate to that, and I've never asked anyone, but that's a really good tip because I feel like we're both very similar in the sense that we are very into a lot of things, and so it can be
Hard
kind
to find
of
a niche.
hard to find like what exactly we would want to be doing. I mean, I know your purpose can change in life, which is, you know, that's a whole other topic, but like figuring out what we want to do right now could really be difficult, and I could see how that could be really difficult for others. And yeah, talking to other people and getting their perspective on what you really are interested in, what you should be doing, is a fun way to go about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so talking to people about, I guess, your own thing, and then talking to people saying, what's your purpose? What is your passion?
Yeah.
And get ideas and inspiration from other people. Or, like, maybe you'll find something you've never tried before.
Yep.
And that'll become your purpose. Who knows?
I recently asked Bodhi how much she pays for acting school.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I don't know, man. Try everything once, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like, maybe.
Kind of a funny time to be doing this episode, because, like, what if
you completely...
2 years later I'm like a fucking actress somewhere?
Hey, who knows?
Who knows, but
you got connects.
Try something, you know?
Yeah, try new things. That's another good point. Like, trying different things to see if something you've never tried before.
Because worst thing that could happen is you don't like it. You know,
yeah.
It's not something you enjoy. Move on to the next. At least you don't have to, like, think about it later, being like, oh, maybe that was an option, and I never tried it out. I never pursued it. But, yeah.
Not that it's ever too late, but especially in your youth, like, to just explore all of your options.
Truly.
Because why not? So going off of that, we saw online that you could try things from when you were younger and that you just don't have time for anymore.
Yeah.
Like, when I was younger, I used to read all the time. And now I, quote unquote, don't have time for that. But I loved reading. And, like, shoot, maybe I'll be an author one day. I don't know. I love writing, too. So it's like...
Yeah.
Go back to things that you did before it was about making money or literally trying to find your purpose.
Because those were, like, genuine reactions to, like, what you enjoyed and what...
Yeah.
What, like, made you feel fulfilled, you know? Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like for me, it was, like, movies. Like, I loved watching movies and looking at, like, the aesthetics of how it was filmed, like...
Cinematography.
The cinematography of it all. Also, I'm obsessed with, like, actors and actresses because it's just so interesting how people can fully, like, embody a character, you know? It seems kind of fun to, like, be someone else for a bit.
I agree.
But yeah, that kind of stuff, yeah, it's a good one.
I'd never be an actress, though, personally. I couldn't do it. I already know that's not for me.
Another one is listing possible opportunities you currently have in your life. And this is, like, no matter how small or how large you think they are. And by that I mean, like, how realistic or unrealistic they are. Like, list the opportunities you think you have. Like, for example, again, going back to the same example, like, I saw the fact that if I ever wanted to do acting or try acting, I currently have friends who are in the acting world and trying to pursue acting, and it's, like, a perfect opportunity to ask them, you know?
Because they're already doing it.
Or let's say, like, Sam was doing marketing on her own and I wasn't a part of that. She'd be a perfect person to come and ask for. But, like, listing those opportunities, well, maybe marketing is an option for me because I see that Sam likes it and it's something that I might enjoy, so I'm gonna ask her about it.
Yeah.
Just, like, small opportunities in your life that you see, or, like, connections that you currently have is, I guess, what I'm meaning to say.
Yeah. Take advantage of
it. Like, list those options and see if you can talk to these people and get more of a perspective on what they do on a day-to-day basis and what, you know,
especially if it's like, oh, it's my uncle's second cousin's brother. And it's like, what's the worst they're going to do? They're going to say, I can't help you.
Yeah. That's the worst thing that they can do.
Or they ignore you. So, ikigai. Basically, it'd be a lot easier if you just Googled it or hit the link that we're going to put in the little bio.
So you can see.
Yeah. Especially if you're a visual learner. But basically, you have these different circles. One being what you're good at, what you like to do, what the world needs, what you can be paid for. And then in the center would be your purpose.
Right.
So it kind of just, like, the same things we were talking about above, it just puts them all in one thing that you can look at and say, I'm good at this, I like this.
Yeah.
How can I make this a career or passions or whatever it is? So for good at, you basically just want to list things that you're good at. So for example, we put things like creative thinking, professionalism, having empathy, an artistic eye, learning new things, planning, organizing, leading, things like that.
Yeah.
And then the next little bubble you have is enjoy and like. So for things in there, you put things like baking, interior decorating, the outdoors, traveling, crafts, reading, photography. The list can go on. Whatever you like to do. And then what the world needs. This one I think is a little more, it requires a little more thinking.
It also, I feel like the other ones, are a lot easier to just identify. But these ones, this bubble, I think you need to kind of personally, like, really think about what
you think the world is missing.
Yeah, like your interpretation of what that means.
Yeah. An example of things would be more understanding people, unity, action. So for things like that, it could be women's rights issues, it could be racial injustices, things like that. Just really consider issues that are important to you that could make the world better, basically.
Yeah. And then the last bubble is what you can be paid for. And this is where you start to list possible jobs that kind of, align with what you already are interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, like, we put marketing positions, management positions, beginning interior designer, freelance art, lifestyle blogging. The list can go on, but those are the certain types of jobs that you can actually be paid for.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, not everything that you would love to do is an actual job. But,
right.
Maybe you can find something similar that you could find some way to do your passion in some form.
Yeah. And even freelance art versus a management position, those are clearly very different.
Right.
So you have to kind of weigh your what the world needs and your what I'm good at to see what am I actually going to make a difference the way I want to.
Truly. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because everyone makes a difference. Guaranteed.
So in the center, you're going to have what is your purpose. And your purpose should include a happy middle ground between those 4 sections. And for us, like, everything that kind of came together were things like working with others, a career that, we can take charge in or be a leader in some form.
Mm-hmm.
And then also maybe volunteer work.
We know it's not, like, easy necessarily. Like, you're not going to just do this and be like, oh, cool, got my purpose.
Period. No, like, it's going to be, for example, like, I feel like we both are very much set in what we're doing currently, but who's to say that this is truly, like, the only calling we have or the big, purpose.
Yeah.
But slowly we're getting to realize what like we like and what we don't like
about this specific job even. Yeah.
And so, I don't know, one step closer to...
Yeah, honestly, that's all you can do is get closer. Because that's the whole point of this podcast. If you're sitting at home thinking like, oh, I don't care, I'm just going to live day to day, whatever happens to me, you're probably not listening to this podcast. You're probably doing just fine, sweetie. But if you're listening, you're probably like, I want to be better. I want to be closer to my purpose, my truth. Because I don't know, we're not there yet. I don't know if you reached the end of your life, if you lived a long, full life, and you're like, yep.
I'm doing what I've been wanting
my purpose.
to do.
I accomplished everything.
Yeah. Also, I feel like if you're currently doing something right now that you think is your purpose, congrats to you. But like, I feel like it's okay also to like be doing something that currently doesn't feel like a perfect fit for you, and know that like that feeling or that gut instinct, it's probably saying something truthfully to you, but it doesn't mean you necessarily need to make a dramatic like decision. This is why maybe like doing like this process is just like a little bit more helpful to kind of, because it's overwhelming to like be like, okay, I'm not doing what I want right now, but what is the next thing? And it's like, okay, let's slow down. Let's kind of take these steps to figure out what maybe you can dip your toes into next. But
yeah, like you don't have to just jump out like, oh, I hate this, I quit.
Yeah.
Now I need to figure it out. It's like, no, just slowly, like Mel, she's gonna possibly do an acting class. It's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna slowly see and if she doesn't like it, she doesn't like it. If she likes it, you take the next step. Yeah. Like, you just have to play around with finding your purpose, especially if you're someone who maybe, like, for us, it's easy to fill out the what you enjoy and what you're good at.
Yeah.
I mean, not like easy, but like we know things that we're good at and we enjoy. But if you're in that boat where you're like, I don't know, like you're like, I like movies, but I don't know why, or whatever.
Yeah.
You can, yeah, like maybe it's not about the actors, or maybe it is about the actors. Maybe it's about, like you said, the cinematography. Like, there's different things you can look into and understand why you like them. Because if you just say a straight up like we said, the outdoors. I don't know what that means. We like the outdoors. I like to be outside.
I like being outside.
I like the sun. I don't know.
That could be like, do you want to be a construction worker?
Do you want to be a park ranger? Do you care about forest fires? Like,
work at the zoo? Like, what is it that,
do you love animals? Perfect.
You don't, though? Then I don't know.
You like trees, though? Forest little rangers.
Arbalists, or whatever they're called.
Oh, see? There's jobs that I didn't even think of. The options are endless, I'm telling you. Finding your purpose is not easy, and no matter what your age is, I think Mel is right, your purpose can be changing. Maybe not your, like, purpose, but how you are fulfilling your purpose will change. Yeah. I think maybe your purpose is always, like, generally the same. Like, see, what is the middle? my purpose is to help others. Like, could that be a purpose, right?
Yeah.
Inspire
I also
others.
think, like, your purpose doesn't necessarily have to be a job in itself.
No,
like, your purpose is, like, a bigger idea of what you should be doing with your life. I feel like this topic is very fitting for, like, people in their 20s. I feel like you go into college or wherever, after high school, you kind of have an idea of what you want to do, and then, college or life happens, and then you're just kind of like, oh,
shit hits the fan because you
wait a
learn
minute,
more.
maybe not. And then you get into something else, and maybe that doesn't work. So it's like, I don't know, but I feel kind of lost right now. I think I'm enjoying what I'm doing currently, but I don't know if, like, this is, like, my purpose, like, marketing's my purpose, but I do enjoy, like, connection, and I think that is my purpose in the sense. So there's different forms to do that, and, like, I think that's the point. Like, finding your purpose isn't one specific thing.
Well, that's why you list the ways you can make money.
Right.
So we're not tied to one of the, if you pick one option, you're not instantly tied to that option. You could try 3 of them if you want. One could be a freelance, one could be a side hustle. I mean, if you want, don't stretch yourself all crazy now, but like, that's what I'm saying, I guess. Like, the purpose isn't a job. It's more so just an overall thing that you're trying you're trying to accomplish in your life. It's a good example. See, I don't even know what my whole purpose is. See, I did the whole chart and I don't even know what my purpose is.
I don't know if that's truly mine, but I feel like that's what's very important to me. So I feel
like it kind of is. You've talked about connecting a lot of times in this podcast, and this is basically therapy. So
welcome to my therapy talk, not TED talk. My therapy talk.
I want to be a therapist.
Oh,
it's official.
Hell no. See, like, that's like, I cannot.
I can't deal with my own problems. I don't need other people's. We're all on this journey finding our purpose, and once you pick a path, you're not stuck to it. You can try a different path. But don't just be rash and just, like, quit anything.
Yeah. You got responsibilities.
Yeah.
But
hate to break it.
Hope you guys can do this little fucking exercise. It sounds silly, but it's really helpful. I think it's also very, like, I don't know, it's so much different to, like, talk about shit, but, like, writing things down and kind of seeing them on paper, you're like, oh, fuck. I didn't even realize that these things connect,
Right, exactly.
So let's try it out.
That also goes back to our manifesting episode, our finale of last season. Writing stuff down can truly make all the difference in making things happen for yourself.
Yeah.
So find your purpose. In Glowing Hour, we're going to talk about, we just made this up right now. Right this second. We're going to talk about the things we wanted to be as kids and see if any of those things ended up happening. Let's see if my 10-year-old self thought I'd be a marketing consultant.
With a podcast.
We're back.
Welcome back.
Today we're drinking GT's hard kombucha again, because
still in my fridge.
Easy. So today, like we said, we're talking about what we wanted to be as kids. Yeah, let's see. What was, like, the first thing you can think of that you were like, yeah, that's what I want to be when I grow up?
I think a doctor was
solid.
Yeah.
That would have been really hard.
Absolutely.
She would have been a lot of work.
I just saw today some TikTok of this girl, like, recording all of her meltdowns before taking the MCAT. And then she got into med school and she was crying. And I was like, bitch, you still have to do med school, but go off.
Was that? Oh, no. I saw another one. This girl wanted to be a lawyer. She's, like, a bartender currently. She wanted to be a lawyer. She decided to, like, study her ass off, and I'm assuming it was LSAT, lawyer's test? Whatever it is. She studied whatever, took it, and she said if she didn't get a score above, I think it's like 170 something, she wasn't going to go to law school. She got like a 171, like 1 point over, and she's like, I'm going to law school. She's like all excited, and I'm like, girl, good for you, but also I'm like, law school? If it ain't an Al Woods experience, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
Anyways, yeah, doctor would have been a lot of work.
Yeah.
What do you think? Wait, what do you think made you want to be a doctor, though?
I think, you know what's funny? I think it was watching, like, novellas growing up with my mom. I'm sure there was one where, like, there was a doctor, and then my mom's like, oh, they make a lot of money, and I said, period, I'm gonna be that. Also, it's just, like, one of those classic jobs.
Things you want to be when you grow up. Yeah, I thought you were going to say, because one of those steamy scenes when he was a doctor or a nurse situation, and you were like, yes. Grey's Anatomy, let's go. I think my first job I wanted was to be a teacher.
Cute.
Yeah, I wanted to be a teacher.
That's solid.
I think because I was really not attached, but I really loved my teachers first through. Well, damn, I don't want to call anybody out. I honestly loved all my teachers. Actually, yeah, I did. So I think I just felt like, oh, like I want to have a special connection with like a bunch of kids. Yeah. Like me. Clearly changed my mind.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, I think I decided not to just because I was like, one, they don't make a lot of money, and I don't think I would actually be fulfilled in doing that. And I think to be a teacher, you have to want that.
Yeah,
like that's your purpose.
For sure.
Yeah, what's the next thing you remember?
Next thing. I'm just going to say like the next 3 things. I went from being very logical and very, I mean, it's extremely hard, but
meticulous,
to very like up and out of fucking nowhere. I wanted to be a singer. I can't sing.
I was gonna
never sing. I also wanted to be a fashion designer. That one was fun for a bit.
It was an exciting idea.
And I made it a point to like for everyone to know, because for Christmas one year my cousin gave me like a baby like sewing machine. It was so cute.
That's really cute.
And I made my dog little clothes and my Barbie's clothes. I mean, it was shitty clothes, but
hey. And then you realize it's not your passion.
And then I was like, this is really hard. I don't know about making like full on.
I don't know if I can do this, guys.
I don't know if I got like, I remember like trying to sketch shit, and then I was like, this is fucking ugly. Like, I don't think I got the skill.
Okay, same. That was also my next thing. I was like, I want to be a singer, a model, or a fashion designer.
Same. What the fuck, dude?
Literally those 3 things. I was like, any of those?
Perfect. All like, 3 of them, actually.
Yeah, I want to be
all
at the same time. I want to be Kim Kardashian, basically.
She's not.
Me?
She made a song. She made one song.
Hey. Yeah, I wanted to be a singer. I remember I would literally write songs in the shower. Do you know what I mean? You really melodize?
Bro, I used to, like, I feel like this is a very, really common experience. But, like, I used to make myself cry when I sang. Like, in the shower, I would cry. But I also know that Logan used to cry when she would sing, and so did my friend Jen.
I did that too.
Why were so fucking weird?
It's just like, you're getting ready for the shower, you get your little jukebox thing out, you put this Hilary Duff CD in, and you're like, we're gonna cry.
No, but did you ever, like, make your own song?
Yeah, no, I'd be like, today...
I remember one time, like, I was like, I need to remember this. This is such a great song. I think I wrote it down. What the fuck?
Mostly, maybe we wanted to be songwriters then. And performers. I think not necessarily singers.
No, yeah. For sure.
Modeling? I don't really know where that came from. I probably just thought
I was obsessed with fashion and, like...
Teen Vogue, the Tiger Beat magazines. I was just like, I want to be her.
Yeah.
Fashion design, I'd also try and sketch.
Just awful. Just not good.
Nope. Oh, man. And I thought I was elite, too. I remember I had, like, a couple friends who were, like, younger than me in elementary school. And we found out we both had that diary that went, see ya later.
See ya later.
Does anyone else have see ya later? And I love that thing. And I remember I showed it to my friends. They're like, oh my god, so cool. And they like would write in it, and I'd like have my sketches in it. I'm like, oh, don't look at that page.
Oh my god, don't look at it. It's awful.
It's embarrassing.
It's a secret.
And then they fucking hype me up like, oh my god, these are so cool. And I'm like,
right.
Like, whatever, it's nothing. It truly was nothing.
Mood.
I think I realized that passion died specifically because in 7th grade we had a project. It was like a Renaissance project, and we had to create something from the time. So I decided to do a painting of a Renaissance dress. Okay, period. And I was really excited going into it. I remember, like, yes, it's gonna be this thing. And I just remember painting it and being not fully satisfied with it. And I was really hoping I was going to, like, win something. Because it was, like, this whole show. Like, it was a moment. Everyone had their things hung.
They said, this is not it.
And I think I got a 9 out of 10 on the project. And I was like...
You're like... Why? What?
I was like, that's a solid 10.
But you're like, I guess in your mind, you're like, since it's not a 10 out of 10, this ain't for me. This isn't what I'm doing for the rest of my life.
I said, I guess that's not it. Then on to the next, folks.
I can't. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't remember what, like, fucking
destroyed
my dream, but must have been something traumatic.
Well, you did do modeling for a second, right? Remember? No, just remember that bitch.
What bitch?
Way later in life.
Oh, way later in life.
Like, not elementary school, way later.
I was like, I what?
Like, huh?
No, but you know what's so fucking funny?
What?
I was so committed to that goal of becoming a model that I was trying to be a limited 2 model.
Oh, the scouts at the mall and stuff?
Oh, that too. I got scouted, but no. My mom wouldn't let me do that. But then I went into limited 2, and I don't know where I found this out, but I think they told me to go online. Like, somebody told me to go online.
Maybe Radio Disney?
Maybe. I don't know how I found this out. But I had to go online, and you would go online to, like, limited 2. You would go down to models, and then, like, they have like open auditions all the time. And I remember telling my friend, like, hey, we need to go. And then, like, I tried to, like, set everything up, and, like, it just didn't happen.
It's just too hard. As a kid, I mean.
I was like, I can't do this alone.
Yeah.
But whatever. But yeah, I think I stopped. And then every once in a while, like, I think in middle school again, there was, like, another opportunity. I was like, let's do it. And I just never wanted to do things for myself. So, like, I think that's where
you try to get, like, friends in on it. Like, let's do it together.
Yeah, nobody wanted to do it with me. So.
Everyone was like, listen, we're not tall and skinny. I don't know what's true. Because, like, that's what it was until, like, what, 5 years ago?
Very fucking recently. Not like, super recently, but, like, well, yeah, like, last year. I felt like I was in a pretty good, I mean, not, like, perfect, not, like, my skinniest, not, like.
But, no.
I was fit enough.
There was absolutely nothing wrong with you.
I finally got the courage to take some
portfolio photos?
Not for portfolio, but, like, just literally headshots. Like, not really professional, but just, like, truly, like, all black, very skin-tight clothing, you know, no makeup. I was, like, really dedicated to having good skin that week. I did the whole thing.
Is this an agency?
Yeah, it's like a scout to an agency.
Oh, okay.
She, like, puts you in contact with agencies. But whatever. She had, like, a consultation thing, right? So I had to send in my photos beforehand. And basically, she, like, calls me and she's like, oh, what market are you in? Like, what are your goals? And blah, blah, blah. And then I'm telling her, and she's like, well, like, let me be honest with you. I was in Seattle at the time. She was like, in Seattle, it's a very, like, very white market. You have she's like, not to, like, offend you, but you said you're Mexican. And I was like, yeah. She's like, you have some very, like, defined features that maybe don't fit the market. And I was like, okay. She's like, do you ever think about going to LA? I was like, I live there. Like, I lived there for my entire life. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll end up moving back. Like, I don't know what's going on, but, you know, not currently. And she's like, well, I just don't think you're in the current, like, right market for it. But also, like, if you really want to get very serious about this thing and, like, if you really want to go full in, you'd have to, like, lose about, like, 10 pounds. Nothing crazy. Just, like, 10 pounds. She's like, just so you can be in the best shape of your life. Oh, no, she started the conversation by saying, like, do you feel like you're in the best shape of your life? And I was like, well, I mean, I don't work out super consistently anymore, but I don't feel, like, awful. She was like, well, yeah, like, no, just lose 10 pounds. It's fine.
No, just, like, yeah, lose, like, 10 pounds.
She's like, yeah, 10 pounds.
You're good.
I wouldn't say 20 because that's, like, way too much. And I was like,
so you're like, so you're leaning towards 15? Why'd you say 20?
Yeah,
like, where
so you're saying 10 to 15 pounds? Right, bitch. So then, yeah. And
I remember you told me that. I was like, Melissa literally has the best body. She's like, you were literally super skinny. You had abs.
I was really fit back then.
And I'm like,
it's funny thinking now that, like, if I tried in the moment of today, like, I don't feel like I'm very large, but I don't feel like I'm at the point where I was back then. It's just, like, what would be said about someone who's very just, like, normal?
I just think that lady was out of her mind.
She's not, like, are you fucking old? Like, do you know?
It's like, do you realize
want to see these days?
There's other brands where you don't have to like, unless you literally said, I want to be a catwalk editorial model, like, for Marc Jacobs. Okay, fine.
Tell me that I'm fat and
roast me. I get it, but you could be a campaign model for lots of brands. Lots.
That was just really ridiculous, but
anyways.
Yeah, that.
Sorry to crush everyone's modeling dreams in one go.
That crushed my little 9, maybe 7.
But guess who's a model now? You, for our clients and us.
Right. Close enough, right?
It counts. I haven't tried to be a model, really.
You like have the height, dude.
That's it, though. The height.
I feel like you have the look.
Not the body.
They might tell you you're too fat though, so
I think I'd have to go to Aerie. That's my dream. If I had a
Why
dream,
don't you try?
if I had a dream brand to work with in general for anything, like to get free clothes, to be a model,
Aerie's
to do whatever,
amazing.
I would do Aerie without a doubt. If they came to me, I'd be like,
why don't you try to reach out?
Starstruck. You're right, I should.
Or go to their casting calls. You don't need an agent.
Oh my god, that's scary. Wait, too far. I'm just gonna send them a quick email and we'll see where that leads. An email? Okay. Going to a casting call? Ooh, scary. Anyways, modeling didn't work out for anyone. What else did I want to be after that? I feel like I think I went psychology for a second in high school because I took AP Psych.
I can't remember anything in middle school that I wanted to be. Maybe like fucking president of the United States.
My grandpa wanted me to be the president of the United States. Well, I don't know. I would never do that today.
No, me either. It's just fucking terrifying.
You gotta be real weird to be president. I'm not weird. Not president weird. I'm
no, yeah, you're right.
Other weird. Middle school, yeah. What
I can't remember anything that I wanted to be in middle school.
I probably told myself I should be in sports because everyone else told me that.
Because you're so tall.
So I was just like, well, maybe if I get the courage to. Maybe I'll do volleyball this year. Never happened, by the way. I told my mom I was going to tryouts and I didn't.
Bro.
I told her when I got home I chickened out. I'm pretty sure when I got home I said I didn't do it, Mom.
I tried out for volleyball and I didn't get it.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, you must have had a good team or something because that's random.
I mentioned second tryouts and then they were like, no, it's okay. Thank you very much. Go home.
I almost tried out for dance. Chickened out of that too.
I did that.
We were going to do Fuego by Pitbull. That was our... that was our dance. I learned it and everything. Wow, I was bad. Anyways, middle school, don't know what I wanted to be.
Me either. Let's just skip over that. High school?
High school. Beginning of high school. I don't think I cared for some reason. I was like, I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know what I want to be.
I can't remember what I wanted to be.
I know for sure senior year, I thought about doing psychology as like my major because I loved the class. I love psychology. I love thinking about the brain. And I think I just realized like, oh, that means doctor.
Doctor, not for me.
Doctorate things? I'm good. I don't know if I could genuinely even be a psychologist. Like, I think I'd have to be like something fun, like a fun version of that job, like a kid's art psychologist or something, you know? Which, see, you can find niches.
Yeah.
In things that you like, but
That's
like,
true.
I don't think I would have actually been able to.
That's funny.
Maybe I will one day though. Kind of sounds fun now.
You're like, wait a minute.
I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going back for my master's and then my doctorate degree.
I think I remember now, like it was the same throughout middle school and like the beginning of high school.
Girl.
I wanted to be a marine biologist. I really loved the fucking ocean. Now that I think about it, terrifying.
Yeah,
I get scared when there's fish at the shore at the beach.
We saw fish.
So
We literally
a wave of fish.
We ain't catching that wave.
But yeah, I wanted to be a marine biologist for so long. I like would love going to the fucking aquarium and touching all the fucking fish.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, thoroughly enjoyed that shit. And then, I don't know, years went by, like in high school, and then like it changed again.
You were like, maybe I just like the ocean. Like, maybe I just like going to the beach.
Yeah. And
But
then I was
not
like
touching the
oceanographer, like, oh, take photos of the ocean. Oh my god, I want to learn more about how the waves work.
That would be really fun.
I mean, yeah.
But it's like a hobby more than a...
And then, no, you know what crushed my dream for that was that it doesn't make money. So I was like, oh, I like money.
You're like,
so I'm not going to work out for
I'm going to need a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
College, still didn't know what I wanted to be.
Did you go in as undecided? No, you went as business, right?
I went in as undecided. I think I applied to everywhere as undecided except probably UCLA and USC. I probably said business, but I switched to business right at student orientation. So I don't know. I mean, business is basically the one that people pick when they're very, I think, motivated. People pick business as freshmen.
Yeah,
because it's just like motivated but lost.
But lost.
Like motivated but lost. People
I
are
feel like everyone's thought is like, I'm going to do business because
I can do anything.
You can really do anything with business.
Yeah.
I think closer to the end of high school, I really wanted to be a neuroscientist. Not a surgeon, but a scientist. I wanted to learn all about the brain. I was very into like psychology, which is so funny. We're like the same. Psychology, but also like I like have really weird interests. Like I was very into things like serial killers and like very just like mental illnesses and like how people's brains function in that kind of a form, like where things quote unquote go wrong. And I just like wanted to know more about the brain. I don't fucking discover the cure for shit. I don't know. So that's what I wanted to do. And then I remember looking at like the classes I needed to take. Lots of science, obviously.
Yeah.
But a lot of chemistry, and I was fucking awful at chemistry.
Really?
In high school. Regular chemistry was fine. AP Chem did not do well in. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I don't want to do this anymore. And then by then I also like that the summer after applying to colleges.
The awakening.
I realized that like I don't want to be in anything like in the STEM program. I don't know. I just wanted to do something more creative and more fun.
Less science.
Less sciencey in numbers, yeah. Because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I think I wanted to do like creative directing, which it's funny now, it's kind of what we're doing. But I was like, you know what, like I can't get there automatically, so I'm gonna get a business degree because maybe I can figure some shit out there. But
it honestly worked out.
Yeah.
What we picked, I think still. But yeah, we basically figured out what we're doing now.
Yeah.
We got there.
We got to this point.
Yeah, and it all takes trial and error, which is what we have been doing our whole lives. So it's not that scary, guys.
And like, listen, we didn't do this whole little exercise that we did earlier until literally the very end of college. So
yeah,
it's never too late. Life continues to change, and you'll always have like other influences that like
life
are
experiences.
New, yeah. So just
be open and trust change.
Yeah.
And
don't be hard on yourself either if you're not where you want to be right now.
Yeah, we're all just figuring it out.
Truly.
Find your purpose. If you know your purpose, and people probably need help figuring out options and ideas for purposes, please leave them like in the comments or in a review, or DM us and we'll share them, because people probably need help coming up with different purposes people have, and maybe yours is super unique and someone can relate to it. Clearly, what we wanted to be as kids is not where we ended up, but like we said, trial and error.
Trial and error.
You figure out, you try things, you figure out what you like, you don't like, and you end up somewhere. We're still learning in this current job. I mean, we didn't start the podcast until like 6 months after we started our consulting company. So,
and this feels like a whole separate like passion or purpose to like what we're doing. So have different, means of figuring that out for yourself. Alrighty. Hope everyone enjoys their week. It's a tough one this week, but
yeah, as we're recording this, election day is
tomorrow.
So hopefully you're listening to this. Election day happened 2 days ago, and maybe things are still getting unfolded as we speak.
But I hope everyone is well and staying very positive and sane.
Manifest positive things, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.